Bam.
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, no, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero. Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo. Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
Oh, so you three still remember Durin? Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories.
Рассказывает всем, но не главному.
Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of...
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin, and I took care of the alchemy side of things. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory, I still can't figure out how any kind of...
So, the reason Alice had his
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Звучит знакомо. Флэш.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly. Join yourself to that broken bough. But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Сразу понял. Глиномесем. О.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Все-таки экипировать.
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Картонный.
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too. But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them
Это разработчики прикалываются, не Дурин.
And just like that, the group stumbled.
Come on, what are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself, and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation.
there has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Что там делаешь? Что там делаешь? What are you doing here?
There you are.
Oh! Hello there!
Hey, it's Mini
Hello.
Durin again!
I was worried I'd scare everyone off, so
You must be really nervous, huh?
I guess I am a little nervous. But I'm also excited! I'm gonna get to stop the evil dragon! And once I'm a human, I'll be able to make...
You'll make lots of friends, that's for sure. And go on many
I'm so glad to hear it! The only thing is, the clay man said becoming human is...
He's right about that. Even if you manage to
Really?
But even so, your friends will be there to help you.
Фу, что мне в голову пришло.
Oh? Then I'm not afraid.
Funny,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
afraid.
After talking to you, I'm not afraid anymore either.
Это история о том, как два Дурина дурят голову друг другу.
So,
Yep, I'm...
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat.
My heart beat.
And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead.
Bit.
Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Не выдумывай.
Finally, a happy ending!
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Wow! You're all... Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it!
Time is running out. So, will the
What's up with the narrator?
Да все уже. Баб плющит. А,
would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
минус 4.
Would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
Да иди ты нахер. Ты что, решать пришел?
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like
Я
a
всосу и
tide.
силу тьмы, и силу света.
Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight, leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow.
Oh no! But that means Durin... What do we do now?
Алло! Ты чё выбрал-то?
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending.
Да-да! Конечно.
You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess. You're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more.
Страница.
Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Ха. Ну, пошли давить, чё.
Would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply
The little dragon.
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out,
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent.
Привет!
looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Ну... Убирать как тут, давай.
Would he dare?
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside there was no danger here. As soon as his mother finished her story. And so the story ended.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But this can't be how it ends.
Ah!
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending.
Да иди ты
Do not
нахрен.
lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Давай секретную. А,
What's going on here? Why isn't the story?
гири-гири-гири-гири.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an.
So, what now? To be used? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But
Well, this is Durin's story.
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story, Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, and I suspect it has remained the case. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, but there is a fundamental difference between a being, as Miss Barbeloth reminded us. The fate of every living being in Teyvat has been woven into the fabric of time. But Durin's story, on the other hand,
Давай, пиши свою историю.
as Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people. In other words, his story can't continue.
It would seem the little
Save it. The question
up.
is, are you here to help him?
This is as far
I suppose the final decision is up to me.
Ну
It's hard
да.
to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's
By there, I take it you mean.
if Durin belongs inside,
Shut up.
I'm not afraid.
I
I'm
second
not
that.
afraid. I'm not
It would seem
afraid.
this is one answer you need to go seek.
So be it. Whatever.
Давай, вали в серость.
anything that invisible
Мне срать.
was as if the little dragon was staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden it began to fracture as if struck by some transcending will.
Gotta keep.
Ты стоишь на месте. Кряхтишь. Сломай стену. Конор, сломай стену.
Ahead,
My consciousness.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
Мудро.
I feel so.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Ой! Упал. Around, round and round, round. Бери книгу, пиши.
Silence, huh? Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate. And in doing so, not only—
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story serves exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is—
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp. Little did I imagine that time it's—
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment.
someday the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. Will you lend me your magic one last time?
Marianne?
Just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy—
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by— If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose. This is not a path I want to go down.
So,
I would like you to send this pen of mine.
I see. I could create a kind of— Oh, but for it to work—
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So, no matter how much you write, someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue to—
Still.
На ручку. ё-моё.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still—
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more I'll just have
Stop
to
fucking
skip
dying.
over.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be—
I suppose. That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without—
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that my greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end. No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself. But what if, instead, I could
You mean...
You said it yourself. But I found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into... This ink is a magical medium for what is storytelling. Even once and so...
A character.
That way.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Tevat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to as you gradually hand over creative control.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to...
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tevat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all.
We still have the story.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in... But
I still believe in what this child can be. His hopes and wishes can...
What the writer you are, Anya. And you do know how much I love a happy ending.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes, it's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you?
What will become of you?
I will fade away. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago.
I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose, and maybe this is just what growing up feels like. I'm ready to grow up now.
Then take this. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, from here on out. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin?
Давай. Ну что, выбор есть. Фате.
Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail?
My burger truck.
Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final.
A chance to strike back at fate?
Ну-ка.
No! That fate no longer defines me.
Hey! Bullshit dragon. Yeah!
Thunder! Thunder! The abyss is burning shadow! Get back!
Как тебя атаковать?
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
I'm flying.
Only my story shall endure.
Bum.
I lament for the end. I can go on.
Oh.
Get back! Absurd!
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
Ну, я же не стоял на нем. Абсурд.
This time, the light prevails. Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over.
Bizarные приключения Дурина. Тарарам, тарарам. Тарарам.
Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing.
Let me check you balls. Balls
Yes.
are warm.
The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger...
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just...
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance. All right, then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here.
Okay, see ya!
Вали.
So, it's party time next? Huh?
Congratulations on completing your mission.
She must have known the moment we finished. Just like she said she would.
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Ой, еще книгу верни. Да не хочу я.
Oh, my writer and witness.
You had special plans for the traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. I chose the traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who she is. It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, Toad?
With the Hexen Circle carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animal Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbado.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming.
Here, please take a look.
Damn!
Well. Somehow, it never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my! I mean, if only the others were here too. We could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't
This giant.
responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie?
I'm
A
a
little late to the
Barbigo.
party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All
Just
right.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child,
It is not.
all you need to know.
Oh,
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Сказать.
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next?
well, there's so much I want.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Я дракона принял. О, блин. Давай. Woohoo!
Not so fast, Tone Deaf Bard!
To make the long overdue wish come true.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments.
This is my
Just
final
enough time
message.
to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Что за звук?
Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Да, надо рисовать.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Oh,
Lol.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
there's no need. His mother already did that. All that remains is for me to convey it. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages
for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
What a good pen! What next? Abadoo dabadoo dabaday, dabadoo dabaday, dabadoo dabaday. Abu the lab. Wait, booba.
There you go. Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
Bet!